Field Scott Hancock. Hancock the superb wore clean white shirts in the battle. Where he got them, nobody seemed to know. His very presence inspired his men. He's wounded day 3, sitting on his horse, right up here past these trees on your left front. You'll see a little pointed monument there. He sat on his horse the 3rd day when a mini ball rifle bullet hit the pommel of his saddle and drove a 10-penny nail up into his groin. That's what he said. Hey, this tall column is General Standard, Vermont Brigade, but not as interesting as the guy in the short column, Lieutenant Stephen Brown, 13th Vermont, released from arrest to participate in the battle. Look at his feet, to the left of his feet. See the hatchet? That's all he could find. He'd always set his sword behind the lines. He went into battle swinging a darn hatchet till he captured a rebel sword. These are 2nd Corps Yankees. They have the 3-leaf clover trefoil on them. The big rock on your left front is the Pudding Stone, 20th Massachusetts, out of Roxbury. That was on their grade school playground, played upon it as children. And for those men, we'll pull in right behind this car for a moment. Those men that lived through those years of war, the time of their innocent childhood, no worries, no cares. That meant the most to them. They brought it here as their monument. 1 mile away, there's Robert E. Lee. See him in the woods over there? Right here in your right front, we had no Indians, okay? This is politics. Tammany Hall, political party out in New York. Chief Tammany of the Delaware Indians. The Tammany Reds with the 42nd New York. Only New York would dare put a northeastern woodlands Indian in front of a midwestern teepee. I guess we can get behind that bus up there. We'll transit. Here's where they aimed the 3rd day on your left front, the copse of trees, the only natural object over that mile of open field. This bronze tablet on your left covered with canvas. It's called the High Watermark Monument. Compares Pickett's charge to a flood. Remember the 3-leaf clover? Look here. See the drums on 106 PA? Makes a 3-leaf clover. Get it behind. Look here, this kneeling guy, that's a cavalryman. See how short the carbine is? They fired faster, but they didn't fire as far. This guy standing here on the 3-leaf clover base to your right rear is Alexander Webb. He commanded the men defending the angle. Said of him at a reunion, in every battle there's one position every general wishes he held. And Gettysburg was Webb that held that position. But I can guarantee he didn't feel that way here. Alright, this is the angle on your left. The stone wall makes it that way. It parallels the road, it right angles to the road, and parallels the road once again. Creates in and of itself an angle. Filled with Union infantry and artillery. Day 3. Lee's going to hit the center. Lee lined his cannon up over there in an unbroken arc the 3rd day as far as the eye could see. Now, down above that ugly guide in the yellow chair with the funny looking bicycle helmet on, right above him, see that evergreen way out the field there by itself? Almost to the top of the evergreen, you can just see the peach orchard curving on the horizon. That's the peach orchard. From there, as far as the eye could see, 140 rebel cannon. At 1 o'clock the 3rd day, 2 signal guns down in the peach orchard from the Washington artillery, fired one right after the other, opened up the greatest cannon battle this continent ever witnessed. 140 rebel cannon pound this ridge. 90 Yankee cannon from here pound back. And within minutes you ain't witnessing nothing except smoke. The rebels intended this cannon battle to go on for 10, 15 minutes. For 2 hours the ground shook. At 30 miles west, Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, they heard nothing. 180 miles west in Pittsburgh, they heard the rumble. Atmospheric inversion, they called it. The sound bounced through the mountains. Finally, the Yankee cannon were told to slowly stop fire and let the guns cool. Save ammunition. They figured them rebels are coming. Rebels can't see because of the smoke. They figured they'd blown up everything on this end. Rebel artillery fell silent, and 12,000 rebels stretching for 1.25 miles across 1 mile of open field. Now we'll show you the end of the charge line. 12,000 men. Way down there. The last red barn behind all that white fence. There's 2 red barns, the one on the far left. That's with the white windows. That's the end of Pickett's charge. That's how far down those lines stretched. Alright, day 3, coming right at us. North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, Alabama, Mississippi. Pickett's Virginians, his division, crossed through this guy's farm here, but mostly crossed the road below the farm. To get here, those Virginians had to swing on a angle, half left. Military calls it left oblique. They obliqued, exposed the flank or end to the Union, which swung down like a door and drove them further to the center. When the rebels hit the road right down there, rifle fire. That's 200 yards, deadly range. A rifle will shoot 1,000 yards, deadly at 300, that's 200. They tried knocking down the post and rail fences along each side of the road down there, but couldn't do that. Pennsylvania Dutch had built them, you know. Over, under, and through they came. One boy made it climbing over the fence. He said them Yankee bullets hit so rapidly and so heavily on those rails, he was thinking of a hailstorm hammering on a tin roof. Another boy made it climbing through the fence. All he recalled was praying. Praying he wasn't going to get killed. Looked kind of silly being found dead hanging halfway between a fence. As they started up the field, the cannon opened up with canister. Double, triple loads. They found the dead piled in heaps. Armistead, the only general from Pickett's division, still standing on the other side of that lower stone wall. He had his sword drawn, his hat on top of the sword, yelling, "Forward, men, give them cold steel." He came over that wall. About 200 rebels are coming right behind him. Armistead's in the angle. He's rushing forward. He's yelling, "Take the guns, men." He went down right in front of that first cannon. The yellow rope around that scroll monument, most of you can see. He was shot in the right arm, shot in the left leg. So he's going to live. 2 days later, he's dead. Heat, prostration, and fever. More died of disease than they would bullets in this war. Wounded, you had a 1 in 4 chance of surviving. No more rebels are being sent. All from over there have been sent at once, but Union reinforcements, front and rear, closed rapidly. Those rebels still able tried to make it back. Some said it was hotter going back than coming. And of all those that came, 2 out of 3 didn't go back. Most are wounded or captured. Last grand Napoleonic assault in history. Last time thousands crossed an open expanse attacking a force that was dug in. Those 2-wheel carts on your left are limbers. Limbers pulled the cannon into battle, carried 32 rounds of ammunition each. Guy real on top, hanging on for dear life. Now, if you're not going into battle, you had to take everything. And that's on your right. Behind the limber, another 2-wheel cart, the caisson. Spare wheels, spare ammunition chest, tool chest. The cannon here in the angle that third day, commanded by Alonzo Cushing, a 22-year-old Wisconsin lieutenant. They said he looked more as a schoolgirl than he did a warrior. Wounded 3 times, stayed right by the cannon. 1 shot, a double canister left. He opened his mouth to give the command fire. Right through the mouth. Yeah, you might have heard of him a couple years back. He's one of the most recent recipients of Congressional Medal of Honor. It only took him 153 years to get the darn thing. All right, out on the first day, Bayard Wilkerson was a 19-year-old Yankee lieutenant in charge of artillery. An exploding rebel shell shattered his leg. Drug himself to a nearby barn, gave his last water to another dying soldier, pulled out a pocket knife, and amputated what remained of his own leg. Bled to death during the night. Found afterward by his father, reporter traveling with the Union Army. Back on that wheat field we drove by, late the second night, a badly wounded Yankee lieutenant was awakened. Now this guy had lost consciousness either from sheer exhaustion, the excruciating pain from his wound, or maybe a combination of the two, really. Regardless, what awakened him in the middle of the night scared him so badly he refused to allow himself to lose consciousness again. What had awakened him? The sound of wild hogs rooting around the wheat field, feeding on the dead and the body parts. I think one survivor summed up this battle quite well. He later wrote that the crushing and breaking of human bones could be heard well above the noise of battle. Okay.